Hey, welcome back to my notary journey. This is Sean, and I always say in every video, what? Pass the test the first time. What am I going to help you do? Pass the test the first time. What are you going to do? Pass the test the first time. And I'm going to give you the notes, the tips, the knowledge to know what will probably be on the test, what you should know, skipping the fluff, so you can pass the test the first time. Now, what we're going to talk about today is the Notary Public Journal. Every notary public better have one of these, and you need to know what goes in your journal, how it goes in your journal, etc., etc., etc. All right, let's look at this. So in front of me, I have this. Where's that book? I don't have it here. This is the notes I'm going from. I always tell you guys that this is the secret sauce. This here, the Notary Journal Handbook. The Notary Journal Handbook. I'm in California. If you have one for your state, if you need to pass one for a test for your state, you guys have one too. Get it, study it, or just listen to my videos and I got you right here. But for your state, it might be a little different. So that's what you got to do. Now, digging in, the Notary Public Journal. Um, it says here the Notary Public Journal is required to keep one's active sequential journal at all aspects of performed duties of the Notary Public. Okay. Where do you keep this Notary Public journal? That might be on the test. The journal must be kept in a locked and secured area. Again, the journal must be kept in a locked and secured area, such as a lockbox, because they may say, oh, can you put it in a lockbox? Yes. Or a locked desk drawer, that's sufficient too. And who has access to this? Only one person, you. The Notary Public Journal, that desk drawer, I'm going to read it to you, must be kept in a locked and secured area under the direct and exclusive control of the notary public. The journal shall include the items shown below. Now, let me list off these items to you. Take notes. The journal is going to have the date, time, and type of each act. You're going to learn about what each act you're doing is later. But the bottom line is you better write in that date, the time, and what type of thing you were notarizing. That's one. Number two, character of every instrument sworn to, affirmed, acknowledged, or proved before the notary public. Okay, remember that. What that means is, was it a deed? Was it a trust? How did you identify the person? What was used to identify the person? Was it the driver's license? What did you use? Were they military? You need to know these things, okay? If this gets too deep because it's a long one, play this video over and over and over again. All right. Two, that was one. Number two, we did that. Number three, the signature of each person whose signature is being authorized. So the signatures are going in the journal also. Make that the easy one. Four, a statement that the identity of a person making the acknowledgement or taking the oath or affirmation was based on. We talked about that before. Satisfactory evidence. Basically, how did you prove? How did that person prove who they were? How did that person prove who they were? What identification did they use to prove who they were? Were there any witnesses, any credible witnesses, and the type of witness they were? Okay. Did you use two credible witnesses whose identities are proven upon the presentation of satisfactory evidence? That goes in the journal. Fees. What fee did you charge for your notary service? That goes in the journal. Again, what fee did you charge? So make sure you know in your state what the fees are because you want to charge properly and it goes in there. All right, here's the next one. If the document to be notarized is a deed, quitclaim deed, deed of trust, or other document affecting real property, or a power of attorney, the notary public shall require the party signing the document to place their right thumbprint in the journal. So if you've ever seen this done, you notice that some people say, okay, do this. I did it when I had to refi a home. When I purchased a home, they make you do the thing. You put your thing on there. Everyone's done it for something. So that right thumbprint print has to go in the journal. What if it's not available? Here we go. If the right thumbprint is not available, then the notary public shall have the party use their left thumbprint, or any available finger, and shall indicate it in the journal. So if a person, and this is true, somebody's missing a right thumbprint, a right thumb, or it's not a good print, use the left one, and then put why. Missing a thumb, didn't have any fingerprints, or whatever. You're going to indicate the physical condition of the person. Okay. Now, here's a deep one. What happens if that journal is stolen? Do you just say, oh, well, I'm out of business? No, you need to know this. If the journal is stolen, lost, misplaced, destroyed, or damaged, or rendered unusable, you have to immediately contact, write this down because this is it, immediately contact the Secretary of State by certified registered mail or any other means of physical delivery that provides the receipt. So I think that might be on the test to some capacity. What do you do if it's lost? What do you do if it's misplaced or destroyed? That you notify the Secretary of State. How do you notify them? They might ask you that. They're going to say, is it certified mail? Is it with a phone call? Is it with an email? Is it with a text? You have to know that it's by certified or registered mail, something that's going to give you a receipt, which is proof. And it makes sense because what if you said I send it and they never receive it, but you have your receipt to prove it was sent? Okay. Now, this is something that will definitely go in there, pop up. How soon does a notary public have to respond if there's a written request? It says a notary public must respond within 15 days after receipt of a written request from any member of the public for a copy of the transaction in the notary public journal. And they do this, they reply by supplying a copy of the line item from the journal. Just make a copy, but they have to do it within 15 days. That's the bottom line. Now, let's see what else is important. Let's see here. They talk about this. If a notary public is guilty of a misdemeanor, if the notary public willfully fails to properly maintain the notary public's handbook. Okay, so that's saying that if you don't maintain this notary public handbook, you're guilty of a misdemeanor. That's deep. What is the penalty for not maintaining the journal? It is a criminal offense and it's a misdemeanor. Okay. Another thing, within 30 days from the date the notary public commission is no longer valid, let's say your thing expires, how soon do you have to make any moves? Within 30 days from the date the notary public commission is no longer valid, the notary public must deliver all notary public journals, records, and papers to the county clerk. Okay? The county clerk's office where the oath is on file. So that's it. When you're done, if it expires, it's not going to the state, it's going to the county clerk where the oath is on file. Remember that because they might say, what do I do with it once it expires? Now, if you're in a different state than California, you might want to find this out. Okay. Now, if the notary public willfully fails or refuses to do that, the notary public is guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be personally liable for damages to any person injured by the action or inactions. What that means is we hold people's personal information in the journal. We have their name, address, the things that we mentioned before. And if you just lose that and don't report it, or if you have it sitting around your house, in your garage or something, wherever, in your at your old job and leave it there, and somebody gets a hold of that and does some identity fraud or different things like that, and it turns back to you because you left that journal available, then you will be liable for some damages. All right, that's the hard news. Let's soften it up. Bottom line is there was a lot of information there. We want you to pass the test the first time. We want to make this fun. We want to make this easy. Play this video over and over again, and I guarantee it will sink in and you'll pass the test. I'm telling you, this is the secret sauce. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. You're going to pass and make $100,000 plus for yourself and your family running your own business. This is Sean from My Notary Journey. I'll see you guys next time.